Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Rob, and I want to talk a little bit about the Mark V Toyota Supra today. So you may remember I did used to own a Mark V Toyota Supra, a 2021 A91 edition Supra in refraction blue. Now this was an awesome car. Unfortunately, I did sell it. However, when I sold it, I did say I would stay involved with the Supra community, and that was not a lie. I still try to stay up to date with the Mark V Toyota Supra, so that I can update you guys on any big changes, or in this case, any rumors. So today I want to talk about the rumor that a manual Toyota Supra is going to be happening. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So here's what I think about the manual Supra. I am still very skeptical about it. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Rob, how can you say that when we have video and picture proof of a manual Supra? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play some of that proof right now. Okay guys, so I'm not going to deny the evidence is there. A manual Supra is in this video. It looks good. It definitely doesn't look like some janky aftermarket thing or, you know, some custom job. It definitely looks like a manual Supra. But I want to just talk about what I'm skeptical about, why I'm skeptical, and what I think we might be seeing right now. So first off, let's talk about the Mark V Toyota Supra. Now it's no real surprise, you know, what it is, right? You know, Toyota and BMW, they made a partnership. BMW wanted Toyota's hydrogen technology that they were using in the Mirai, which I actually also did own. And in response to that, you know, Toyota was like, hey, let me see your Z4, bring back the Z4, bring it out of retirement, you know, keep on making them, and then we can do the, you know, Supra based on that. And that's what happened. That's why the Z4 and the Supra, you know, it's essentially a match made in heaven. You see them being compared a lot because they're pretty similar, guys. And this is the thing. It's very obvious that Toyota doesn't want to spend a lot of money on R&D for the Supra. You know, so much of the car is BMW, which is all right. The B58, you know, 6-cylinder motor, that thing is a powerhouse. It responds very well to mods. The ZF 8-speed transmission, that is automatic. It's an awesome transmission. You know, when I took the Supra to the track, I was loving it. The transmission knew exactly what I wanted. Of course, I do still wish it did come in a manual, just because, let's face it, driving experience is a lot more fun in a manual car. So Toyota, obviously they don't like putting a lot of R&D into the Supra. That's why I'm having trouble believing they're going to put the millions upon millions into putting a manual transmission into the B58 motor. You know, because remember, they got to make it fit, they got to link it up, you got to do a whole lot of stuff to make sure everything's working right. Also, the Supra is supposed to be a limited production car. It's only supposed to go till, if I believe, you know, I remember correctly, 2025, I believe. At least that's what they were saying when it was initially announced. So halfway through the Supra's life, you know, lifespan, I have trouble believing that they're going to want to put all that money into it, especially if ultimately it doesn't even move that many more Supras. You know, the Supras are actually selling all right. Yes, of course you're going to say, oh, I've seen this dealership that has one that's been sitting there for such a long time. Well, do they have a 15 grand markup? Because maybe that's why. However, we got to look at something that I think has a lot of potential and could be what we're seeing and could be a game changer. So if you didn't know, you know, BMW does make a manual Z4. Now you guys are thinking, that's it, Rob, they make a manual Z4, so obviously they can use that as the baseline and put that into the Supra. But here's the thing. The manual Z4 is only made with the 4-cylinder option that the Z4 has. All right, and if I remember correctly, that manual option isn't even available here in the US. It's not meant to be a performance thing. It's mainly just to be like a base model trim thing, right? And manual 4-cylinder Z4. I think this could be what we're seeing. I really think that Toyota may be willing to bring that and put that into the 4-cylinder Supras. Because guys, currently the 4-cylinder Supra, it's not really considered too great of a deal, you know, based on what you're paying for what you get. You know, it's definitely looked at as the inferior Supra. It's not one of those things where it's like a completely different driving experience. So you might want to decide, 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder. You're probably always going to want to go with the 𝗣𝗡 Supra. However, if they were to put a manual into the 4-cylinder Supra, that just might be the thing that kind of puts the Supra in its own little category that will make people want it. Because then you have the 4-cylinder Supra, which it's a couple hundred pounds lighter. With the manual, it could definitely make, have a little bit more of a track focus, autocross focus, more of an engaging, driving experience. It'll be lighter on the road, lighter dancing around corners. And that could really be what that needs to really set off the 4-cylinder Supra. So I do think that that is a very real thing. Personally, I think that would be awesome. I'm just thinking about all the times I do wish the Supra was a manual, and that, in a 4-cylinder, I could probably still have a lot of fun with it. I mean, it could kind of fill in that sort of that kind of niche that people are hoping that Toyota would bring back to Celica to fulfill. 4-cylinder, lighter car with a manual transmission. And that might be just what people want. And that might actually be a pretty hot seller. I really think that is what we were looking at. When we look at the leaked video again, it does kind of look like the 4-cylinder wheels on that Supra. So, guys, maybe that's it. Then Toyota could, quell some of the complaints about a manual Supra. And it wouldn't cost them that much because, it's already been done. They've already mated before, the manual transmission to the 4-cylinder motor in the past. So then they could easily put that together. That's just what I think, guys. I used to, or I shouldn't say used to, I work, with accounting and finance. I know how these things work, guys. It's all a numbers game. Toyota's not trying to lose a lot of money on this. I mean, they already are losing quite a bit, I believe, on these flagship models. Usually they don't make them so much intending on making a big profit, but just to get feet in the door. That's why I'm just like, well, I don't think you're going to want to put a whole lot more work into this, especially, like I said, this is the middle of the Supra's lifespan already. No, but maybe I'm wrong. We always hear this rumor that they're also going to put in the M series, the M3 motor into it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to surprise us and throw in a manual transmission with the M series motor. I would love to be wrong, because that would actually be enough to definitely make me jump back into the Supra game. The Supra was a great value for the car, and the manual, that just might be what makes more people want to jump into it. So I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know. Comment, subscribe, however you want to let me know. Please let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right. What are your guys' opinions, guys? I am always open for discussion. I love talking about this kind of stuff. For me, rumors, they are my bread and butter. I just absolutely love talking about them, because at the end of the day, some of these rumors end up being true, and then it's just an awesome feeling. So with that, guys, this is Rob, and have a good... Well, this is awkward. Alright, guys, so here's the thing. The video you just saw, I will admit it's been on the back burner for a while. I actually recorded it a few weeks ago. But I got the Tacoma, so that's been kind of the focus of my videos. But there have been some updates, guys. So I may be very wrong with what I said in the video. So there have been leaks, alright? More leaks. And apparently, April 28th, 2022 is when Toyota will be announcing a manual Supra. So let's see if that happens. Now, I will admit, the leaks they look pretty legit. Apparently, these leaks have come from a source that has been right before. So that's why, I'm fully ready to say I'm wrong, if this really does end up happening. Especially because, I'm putting this up. There are a few, details that have been released, as you can see. And so check that out. You see those super greats composition list. So actually, funny thing, they use these same designations for the Mark IVs. But anyways, you see there, you see that Supra RZ with a 6-speed MT. That is a 3.0 Supra. RZ, means a turbo one. So that is the 3.0 Supra that I didn't believe was going to get a manual. It may actually be true, guys. It may actually get a manual, which is just crazy to me. But I am happy about it, guys. Like I said, I'm happy to be wrong. I want to see more great things for the Supra. So I guess Toyota did decide, hey, maybe halfway through the production life cycle of the Supra, we should still do something for it and update it in a phenomenal way. So this is awesome news, you guys. Let's see if this really does happen. So remember, April 28th, that is when we are expecting the announcement. And then with our scheduled release date of October 2022, you know, there have been a lot of world events though, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, the countdown begins, guys, okay? Let's see what happens. Once again, you know, it seems like I may be very, very wrong. And that's all right. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. And with that, guys, this is Rob, and this time for reals, have a good one.